Behavioral Finance and Economics, putting the research into practice. We spoke with Cathy Smith of Allianz's Center for Behavioral Research about why certain client behaviors are so crucial to address. Can you explain the idea of myopic loss aversion?
Sure. One of the key concepts in behavioral finance is the concept of loss aversion, and that's the idea that people feel the pain of a loss twice as much as they feel the pleasure of an equal-sized gain. Well, there's an allied principle called myopic loss aversion, and what that's about is the idea that loss aversion is actually exacerbated by the frequency of checking investment performance or outcomes. So people actually become more loss averse, or they feel the loss more profoundly when they're frequently checking their investment performance. And that can have ramifications, quite a number of ramifications on what decisions they make.
What strategies would you suggest specifically in relation to this sort of challenge that comes up?
A lot of this is helping people become, exert their willpower, become more disciplined. And it's important to set strategies in place that can help people who may have the best intentions today to do the right thing in the future. So one of the ideas that we presented, we've called the Ulysses strategy. And what the strategy is, it's pretty straightforward. It's basically an advisor sits down with a client who may be, because of myopic loss aversion, wanting to change an investment strategy or chase long-term performance, a number of things to try to get the client to be more disciplined. The advisor sits down with the client, and together they put together a commitment memorandum or a commitment contract. Both of them do it together. They both sign it, and it sets out a strategy that they will implement in the future if, say, the market goes up 20 points or down 20 points. It sets in print. It's important to put this in print, and it's important for both parties to sign it so that they'll be encouraged to stick to a plan. Because we all have good intentions today, and sometimes they falter a little bit in the future. So the Ulysses strategy is a great approach. It's the idea of a commitment contract.
And how do you do that? How do you sort of, guide your clients towards a longer term?
I would say a number of things. One is, encourage them not to check their investment performance too often. Another is this idea of the Ulysses strategy, to get people to commit now to doing something in the future. There's a number of other strategies, but it's very important for people to think in the long term, because after all, most of us are saving for some event in the future, whether it's retirement or putting our children through school or buying a house. It's not about the short term.